Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about having a daily program. It's really important to have a daily routine that you go through. And I'm not just talking about waking up, shit shower and shaving and going out the door, doing your job. Maybe you hit 30 minutes at the gym and you hang out with some of your buddies at the bar and that's it. You do that every day and you've done that for 20 years. That's not the program I'm talking about. Everybody does that kind of bullshit. That's just mundane shit that you go through. That's your rat race. Forget about that for a second. I personally have realized a few years back, because I've struggled with anxiety and depression specifically for many, many years, and there's only so many books I could read, there's only so many therapists I could see and drugs I can take, antidepressants and things like that. It never helped really to get at the core, at the root, at the center of that onion, all the layers, to figure out how to get over this and how to get through it. It kept coming back. Depression and anxiety just kept coming back. I feel like I've broken through that barrier. So I still may feel symptoms going down the road of depression or going down the road of anxiety, but I've learned to catch myself before I walk too far down that path. I used to just go cruising down that path like willy-nilly, skipping away and being like, oh shit, I guess I'm in an evil dark forest now. Uh-oh. This would just happen out of nowhere. Could happen in the middle of the day. I could just find myself all fucked up all of a sudden. That shit doesn't happen anymore to me. The key is consistency. The most basic, I had to kind of go back to the basics of being a human. I realized that I was just going through the rat race and becoming more and more frustrated. And then I would have these episodes of explosion, like an explosion, like a bomb, that it just finally, I just go crazy. And sometimes that would be taken out in depression. Sometimes it would be taken out on myself, self-destructive behavior through addiction, all kinds of stuff, wild behavior. Anybody knows me knows that I used to be a real wild motherfucker. And that was all coming from a certain point. I've learned to have more of an even keel. My sails aren't flapping anymore. I've caught the wind and I'm just sailing smooth waters. And I've learned to do this for myself, and it's all because of my daily program. So I create a mind, body, and soul routine for myself every single day. I never miss a single day. If I do, I don't feel right. If I miss 2 days, I feel like I'm slipping back into the old me. So this is life or death for me, and it's worked. It's great because when something bad does happen, sure, I still get fucked up. Sure, I can still feel the symptoms of anxiety in my body when they occur, but it's not attacking me. It doesn't feel like it's an outside force, like an army that I can't fend off. And that's what it used to feel like, being caught in a fucking storm. It doesn't feel like that anymore. And for me, just somebody who's had this kind of psychological past, it's so important to have gotten on top of this stuff because it makes it so much easier for me to move forward. So I'm not gonna really tell you this is what you do, point A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this, live that life, and then you can be just like me because I'm so great. I'm just trying to turn people onto a trick that I've learned, and I like to have a lot of tricks to help me, a lot of tools in my toolbox. So if you don't have a daily routine, a daily program of mind, body, and soul, get one. It will change your life, and do not fall from it. Do not stray from it. Make it the priority. If you haven't completed your mind, body, and soul routine, don't go hang out at the bar. Skip the bar. You could do the bar after. This is what's important now. What I do is I make sure I wake up early every single day, even Sundays, even days off. I don't sleep in. I never sleep in. I may, if I get tired later in the day, take a nap, take a cat nap, but I don't sleep in. I wake up early every single day. I stay on a program. I try to make every single day the same day. Now that may sound boring to you, but I'm talking about how to successfully manage depression, PTSD, food disorders, anxiety disorders, all kinds of things like that I've had. I've had every one of those. That's why I named them. So this is how I can do it. And the first thing I do when I wake up is I come out into the living room. First thing I do is I make my bed. I don't leave a messy bed. I always make my bed. And I do that for a reason, because when I come back to my bed later in the night, when it's time to go to bed, I always have a made bed, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to get into a bed that's made and your pillows are set right. You don't have to struggle with anything. The day can feel like the end of your life. Each day is a full life, and I treat it that way. So when I go to bed, it's almost like a death experience. I just can't take it anymore. And I don't want to be struggling with the pillows and the sheets inside my coffin. I just want to get in it and be like, that's enough, and just crash out and be dead. I start the next day all over again the same way. Every day's the same. I come out and I read. The reason why I read is because usually I'll have nightmares. It's the way it is sometimes for people. I don't know if you have them. I have them every night. There's never a night that goes by that I don't have nightmares. And I've learned to deal with this. So the way that I get rid of my nightmares in the morning, because that can fuck you up. I don't know if you've had nightmares like mine, but it can really fuck you up all day. And it sucks, because nothing's even happened yet, and you're fucked up off a dream. So I fucking come out and I read, and what that does is that switches from a fight or flight response. It actually changes the neurological pathway, the circuitry pathway inside your brain. It does an electrical and a chemical change in your brain and takes you from one side of your brain to the other. So you go from an irrational side to a rational side. And just the process of tracking the words on the paper, of reading each sentence coming to a stop, of processing the information as you're reading it, thinking about what you're reading, you don't have to get far. You'll find that you could get halfway through a chapter and you've already forgotten all about the dream. You're back to who you really are, your normal starting point. So I need to get to a starting point every day before I can tackle my work, before I can go and do my errands and take care of my friends or whatever needs to be done of my bullshit rat race stuff. I have to start with me first. I have to charge my batteries first, and this is how I do it. So the next thing I do right after that is I eat, because I realize that I have gone 6, 8 hours, however long it's been. I rarely get 8 hours sleep. For me, sometimes it's only 5. I learned, it's a side note, if you're not getting all the sleep you need, so what? So what? Stop killing yourself about it. I used to torture myself. I used to be really hard on myself in my head. Self-talk would really, really be a mean person to me about not getting enough sleep. How are you going to go through your day? You didn't sleep enough. And if you don't get enough sleep, and I'd run these dialogues of it's not healthy, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. Fuck that. Successful people don't always get enough sleep. You can sleep when you're dead. Your body will conk out when it needs to. If your body wants to be awake, just be awake. Don't fight it. I can sit there in my bed with my back hurting and my shoulders hurting and my mind going crazy and telling myself, looking at the clock, you got to sleep another couple hours. Fuck that. Just get up. So I eat food because I realize I've gone so long without protein. I like protein, so I need to get some protein in my body to get me going. I usually have something healthy. I try to eat clean. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I do eat junk food, but I try to cut that down. Junk food will fuck you up. It will make you depressed. You find that you're having problems with all kinds of psychological shit all the time. The first thing you want to do, the very first thing, there's many things, but the first thing you want to do is check your diet. Your food will fuck you up. The next thing I do is I will do a little bit of blood flow movement. Now, I go into the gym. I have a home gym and I have a membership at a gym. So I'm either in my home gym or at Gold's Gym doing real workouts with heavy weights, full workouts. But when I wake up, I'm doing this shit military style. I get up out of my bunk, I read, I get my a little bit of calories in me, and then I'll do some burpees. I'll do some sort of calisthenic body weight, no weights exercise. I do it while I'm watching the TV or the news. Many times before I even catch the news or TV, because everybody has their routine with that. You want to see what's going on in the world. I hold off on that stuff because that's not important to who I am. That's not going to charge my batteries. That just gives me something to talk about with idiots out around town. It doesn't really matter. So I hold off on some of that stuff. And what I usually do is while I'm doing my exercises, I'll turn on some motivational stuff on YouTube. I like that kind of shit. I have cable TV. I'm still old school. Some people have gotten rid of cable. But cable has those channels on the end of it that have those music choice channels. On my TV, it's channel 442. It's like wacky spiritual fucking music or whatever. And some of it's real cool. Some of it's funky. but they have the coolest quotes. They'll play some fucking song. It'll be like a Chinese fucking song of some kind, or some kind of crazy ass music. They're always playing weird shit. Sometimes it's classical, but they have quote after quote. So I'll sit there and I'll do my exercises and read some of those quotes. Positive quotes are great knowledge. You can think about them. It forces your mind to think. It's almost an interactive experience. A little bit different than just sitting there reading. So I'm doing that. This whole thing is just to build me up, just to get me ready so I can go. And then after that, I'll usually eat again. I'll have a real breakfast, a big breakfast, a good breakfast. Get me a lot of calories and some protein and get me a nice big good breakfast. And then I go to the gym. I work out hard and I'll fucking just kill it at the gym. And then after that, then I'll usually do a protein shake, get me a good 30 grams of protein in there to fuel my muscles. And that's when you start your shit, shower, and shave, and you're ready to go for your regular day. You've done all this, but before, like the military, before most people wake up, you've already done half a day. You've already done more productive for yourself, for your own mind, body, and soul than most people will do all week, all year. You're doing this before they wake up, and it builds up. And then you find, if you do that on Monday, next thing you know, it's Wednesday. You've done this for the last 3 days in a row. This shit is building up. You're becoming stronger instantly. You're becoming more able to make decisions on your job, with your friends. You're not getting as wrapped up in drama. You're finding that you're calmer. You're finding that the symptoms of depression that used to torture you and chase you are now nothing more than a distant past, a memory. It works. So I could go on and on and on with teaching people the most basic elements of how to be a person and doing basic things for yourself, of learning and having a spirituality of some kind, taking time to meditate, to pray, taking time to eat well, taking time to exercise, taking time to read, taking time to watch some good videos that you can learn from. It could be science, it could be biology. Go learn how the body works. Go watch a video on, on the human system. We all have a body. You don't have to be an expert in stuff. Just learn every day. Never miss a day. And if you suffer from anxiety, depression, food disorders, PTSD, these types of things are all into the same bubble because it all works on the same side of the brain. You'll find that you're getting stronger in the other parts of your brain, that you're able to take more control of yourself and who you are. And that's what it's all about. So thanks for watching. I hope this is of some value to you. This has changed my life.